What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Jedi Talk. This one's going to be a little different because I went to the comic book store today. My first video back from Star Wars Celebration that has to do with Star Wars. And I went and picked up all the comics that I've been missing out. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, #1. The Star Wars The TIE Fighter, which is like the companion piece to the Alphabet Squadron by Alexander Freed that's coming out. The Age of Rebellion special with... I got a lot to say about this one. And then Grand Moff Tarkin and Princess Leia. Let's start in reverse order from the way I said them. Let's start with the Princess Leia one. This is my favorite Age of comic that they've done so far. It is fantastic. The story is great. It takes place in between episode 5 and 6, and it shows... I'm not going to ruin it, but it's really, really good. If you have to pick one, I would definitely pick this one up. Next up on the list is the Grand Moff Tarkin comic. They kind of do a throwback to the Tarkin novel, which is kind of cool. It's good. It's not great. They dive into this one part of the story, and I'm like, what's happening? And then it turns out to be like a daydream kind of thing, and that makes more sense. But it's fine. Nothing spectacular. Nothing horrible. They mention Orson Krennic, which I think is really cool, but not really a lot in this one to talk about. I'm saving this one for last because I have so much to say about this one. So we're going to move past that one. And we're going to talk about Star Wars TIE Fighter. Like I said before, this is the one that is the companion piece to the Alexander Freed novel, Alphabet Squadron, horrible name, that is coming out. Looks good. There's an excerpt. I didn't read it yet. I wanted to double check and see if the excerpt is the same one from this book that I got at the Del Rey panel from Star Wars Celebrations, like the sampler. I'm curious if it's the same excerpt. It might not be. Good. Nice way to establish the characters and kind of get the story going a little bit. Really good. This one, I think if you're interested in the book at all, definitely pick this one up because this companion piece is going to be really important, I think, to the overall story of Alphabet Squadron. Second to last, but certainly not least, the Galaxy's Edge comic. Kind of pissed. Most of it doesn't take place on Batuu. It is a story about Han and Chewie and how they come across a Sarlacc. One cool thing I do think about this series that's going to work overall as the series progresses for the Galaxy's Edge stuff is they show a flyover of Batuu. I don't know if you can see it very well. But one thing they said in the panel that me and Alex were in was that everything that you see that takes place in Galaxy's Edge is accurate to the layout of the land. So when you're looking at that, it's basically a park map, which I think is really, really cool. Someone who lives 5 minutes from Hollywood Studios who's going to be there every second of every day once that land opens. I liked it. I wish you got a little bit more on planet, but again, it's a #1. They're kind of setting the stage for everything. You get to meet Dok-Ondar and a few other characters, and it was good. I am not going to hold anything against it until I get to like issue 2, 3, 4 and see how, I think it's a 5-part series, see how it goes. But I'm excited. I think they could really do something really special with this book, and if they don't, it's a missed opportunity. The last one, the Age of Rebellion special, has 3 stories in it. One of them is IG-88, and that's how the book starts, and it's really good. Good little twist at the end. I mean, obviously you didn't know he was going to die. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it's good little twist at the end. And it's kind of told from a narrative perspective. The first 2 stories and the last story is something we'll get to. The middle story with Yoda takes place right before Empire Strikes Back when Luke lands on Dagobah. So really cool piece there. If you're a big original trilogy fan, I think you'll really, really, really like it. The last story is the worst thing I've ever read in Star Wars. It's really bad. The animation is really bad. I hate it. It is the worst 10 minutes I've ever read. I honestly think you could skip this one and be fine. The first 2 stories are definitely worth purchasing this for, but this story about Biggs and Porkins going on this vacation planet is the worst story I've ever read in Star Wars. I hate it. It's terrible. It almost ruined the entire issue for me. That's all the comic book stuff. I do want to show you guys that I am reading Master and Apprentice now. I have the exclusive from Celebration. I am that far in, so not very far. I haven't had a lot of time to read, but it is a fantastic book, and I highly recommend you get it. It's the first novel that takes place pre-Phantom Menace, and I think that if you're a big fan of Phantom Menace or just Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan, you will love it. So make sure you check it out. It's from Claudia Gray. Love her. She's the best. That is all. That is all for right now. I will be getting back to you guys with these weekly comic updates because I'm starting to buy them as they come out, so I'm not having to catch up with everything. If you want your weekly Star Wars comic book fix, I'm your guy. Subscribe down below, like and comment. Have you read them? What do you think? Are you interested in these? Kind of let me know what you're feeling, and I would be honored to see your response. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. May the Force be with you.